You've spent so long searching outside of yourself for what was already burning within you, not because you were blind, because the world is built to make you doubt your own sight. We've covered this in detail. Everything will try to convince you that your knowing is not real, your inner voice is not reliable, and your spirit is not enough. And that lie, that primal theft, has been at the center of the struggle of your life. Here's the truth you already know. You always have. The ache you carry, the questions you keep asking, the constant hunger for depth, the rejection of shallow answers. That is not a curse. That is the evidence of your gift. It's a mark of the seeker. And yes, being a seeker feels like torment most days because everyone else seems satisfied with shallow water while you're still digging for the spring. But what you need to hear is this: that ache will never go away. It's not supposed to. It is the homing beacon of your soul, the divine compass built into your chest. It will only stop aching when you are gone from this place, when you return to where you came from. Until then, you must learn to love the ache, to stop calling it a flaw, to stop believing that relief will come when you find the perfect answer, or the perfect recognition, or the perfect success. Relief doesn't come. Transcendence does. You've been taught to carry too much. Responsibility, guilt, the weight of what could have been, the weight of what you still want to be, the weight of providing for others, of keeping face, of appearing stable in a world that is collapsing under its own lies. That weight has bent your back and clouded your breath. And because you carry it so well, few ever notice how heavy it truly is. What you need to hear is this: you can set some of it down. You're not here to carry every broken system. You're not here to save every blind soul. You're not here to prove your worth to the unworthy. You're here to live out the singular thread of your spirit, to walk the path that no one else could walk, to deliver the message that only you were equipped to deliver. The weight of everything else is distraction. The reason you are tired is not because your path is too difficult. It is because you keep trying to walk on everyone's path at once. The reason you are restless is not because you lack direction, it's because you refuse to trust the direction. It is already moving inside you. You don't need permission to lay it down. You don't need an external sign. You don't need a validation. You just need to stop clinging to burdens that were never yours. There's a fire in you that terrifies even you. You've seen it in flashes. When you speak a truth that cuts the room in half. When you write something that even you can't believe came through your own hands. When you let yourself burn past politeness and say what others only whisper. You've been told to keep the fire small, that it is too much, too dangerous, too intense, that if you let it blaze, it will consume your life, your relationships, your opportunities. But your fire is the only reason you're still alive. It is the only reason you didn't collapse into the machinery of the world. It's the only reason you can still taste truth when most people's tongues are numb. Without this fire, you would not be you. Without it, the world would be one voice poorer, one warrior weaker, one seeker silenced. What you need to hear. Let it burn. Not recklessly, not to scorch for the sake of scorched earth, but to illuminate, to cleanse, to forge. Fire is not polite, but it is necessary. You have known loneliness deeper than you admit. Not just the loneliness of being unseen by others, but of being unseen by yourself. You filled it with projects, with questions, with quests, with constant seeking, but loneliness isn't punishment, it's a mirror. The reason you feel it so acutely is because you're being asked to finally sit with yourself, to look at the places you've avoided, the wounds you've smothered, shame you've disguised with productivity. Until you face those places, loneliness will be your shadow. The truth, no partner, no friend, no following, no audience will heal that. They can ease it, they can reflect you, but they cannot dissolve it. Because what you are lonely for is not external. You are lonely for yourself, for the part of you you've abandoned, neglected, silenced out of fear it was unworthy or inconvenient. Go back for that part. Sit with yourself. Forgive yourself. You'll discover loneliness is not an enemy but a teacher. And in its teaching, you will find the kind of peace that no external connection can steal. One of your deepest struggles is the belief that someday you'll arrive, that there is a moment, a number of followers, a dollar amount, a recognition, a breakthrough, where you will feel whole. But this is the lie that has ensnared every seeker. You will never arrive, because you are not built for arrival. You are built for the road, the journey, for the continuous unfolding of discovery. Arrival is stagnation. Arrival is death. So the ache you feel when you succeed, that restless itch that says, is this all? Proof that you are still alive. Proof that you are walking the right road. You don't need to arrive. You just need to keep walking. You've been asking your whole life, what is truth? Is it in the scriptures, the symbols, the secret societies, the ancient texts, the hidden patterns? You've chased it through philosophy, mysticism, religion, conspiracy, science, and esoterica. And you found pieces, enough to keep you searching, enough to fuel your fire. But here's the truth about truth. It cannot be possessed. It cannot be systematized, caged, or owned. It can only be lived. Truth is alive, breathes, it changes form, but never essence. It is not a stone you hold in your hand, but a river to step into. And the reason every answer has crumbled in your grip is because you were trying to hold the river instead of stepping into it. Step into it, let it carry you. Stop demanding it stay still. Let it transform you as you move through it. That is where the peace you seek will be found, not in the possession of truth, but in the union with it. You fear being forgotten. You fear that your work, your words, your life will vanish into the noise, that all your fire will burn into ash and be scattered without witness. What you need to hear is this: you will be forgotten. Everyone is, even the greats. Time swallows names, empires, nations. But the impact of your fire is not measured in memory, it's measured in transformation. If one soul shifts because of what you said, if one person sees the world differently because of you, then eternity has already been altered. You do not need to be remembered, you need to be true. You've looked for love and approval, and recognition and companionship. You hoped that love would mean someone finally seeing you, finally understanding the depth of what burns in you. And you are worthy of that love, but first you must offer it to yourself, because until you do, you will mistake attention for love, applause for love, validation. Stop waiting for love to be delivered. Start being it, even for yourself. You fear death? Most do. As the end of your questions, the final curtain before the mystery is revealed. Death is not your enemy, wasting your life is. So what do you need to hear? Stop waiting for permission. Stop carrying what isn't yours. Stop doubting your inner flame. Love yourself enough to face your loneliness. Stop looking for arrival. Step into the river of truth instead of trying to bottle it. Accept that you will be forgotten and live as though your fire changes what it touches anyway. Redefine love as acceptance, starting with yourself. Stop fearing death and start fearing wasted time. You are already enough. Not someday, not right after the breakthrough, not when the world catches up. Now. And if you can live that truth, not perfectly, not without stumbling, but sincerely, then the ache inside you will transform from torment into guidance. Humanfluence, out.